Hey everybody, just doing a little bit of a table update today, and also just an announcement that we are starting the season for the Musty Wargamers Season 4 tomorrow here on Heresy Productions. And so a little bit of a late announcement. Hope people's schedules have not filled up too much since we canceled, well, not canceled, but sort of stopped our Season 3 and had our summer and are now starting up the next season. And so Rusty and I are really looking forward to actually having another season of the show, and looking forward to, hopefully, in particular, to some of our friends that would join us live, which always makes it fun. We also really appreciate the folks that watch later, but at the same time, we love actually our folks that participate live in the audience and chat with us and hang out. Makes it a lot of fun. And so, yeah, so before I go into the update here, I'll just mention that it'll be on my channel, Heresy Productions, tomorrow, and it will be same as usual. It will be 8 Mountain, 9 Central time. And if you're subscribed to my channel, and also when the show's on Rusty's channel, you can see on our channel that when we have it up there in advance, so it'll give a bit of a countdown, I believe. And so, yeah, I've just been doing a little bit of Marvel painting. I've been inspired to paint my Marvel stuff and kind of try to get through my core set, and I did do my 2 expansions that I've shown on the channel early on. I did the Hulk and MODOK, but I've really been trying to burn through, and for whatever reason I must have an affiliate or an affinity for bad guys, because I've kind of painted, except for Spider-Man, the core set, I've only painted bad guys, and now I have lots of good guys to paint. The only one was Spider-Man. And then I guess Hulk is sort of a good guy, but has been kind of in the middle at times, and then MODOK is definitely bad. But I am kind of pleased. I do see room for improvement, but I have to tell you, I've really dramatically changed my painting style to try to paint these minis. I've never really painted comic style in the past, in bright colors and things. This one here is Baron Zemo. Some of you may know this character, some may not. He's fairly, looking fairly decked out, spiffy here, in his various tones of purple and his white fur with the polka dots and all this stuff. But if you actually look at the character from the comics from the 70s and things, he wore almost all bright purple, like the purple that's on his clothes right there with the white. So this is very much meant to emulate that theme, that classic style. I kind of liked switching up the colors a little bit. I could have made the highlights pop a little bit more. I think I'm still just, in some ways it's like therapy to try to transition from a realistic painting style to this style, meaning like it stark contrast at times is hard on the eyes when you are used to trying to achieve smooth blends and a more natural look. And I would imagine it's the same in reverse if you paint, let's say, old Hammer style, like old GW, and like lots of bright colors and things, to try to mute them to do, let's say, World War II, like U.S. military or something. You know, it's just a dramatic change in the way the eye sees the miniature, I think. But I'm really enjoying it, actually. My most recent one that I did was Dr. Octopus. And I do think he pops quite nicely. I think in some ways I highlighted him a little bit better, even though I like the color scheme and I like the miniature Baron Zemo a little bit more. I think I may have painted this one, I might have achieved, since I did this one after him, I'm trying to improve with each one, I may have achieved the pop a bit more comic book. I think both of them are going to look great on my city board, looking like comic book characters. I do have, for those of you that are interested, I painted the other Dr. Octopus from Night Models, who's in a slightly smaller miniature scale. This was meant to be, well, I think this was meant to be sort of like a, I used to know this, but I think it was like 32 or 35 or something scale millimeters, still bigger than 28, I think. But this one, I believe, is closer to 40. Somebody in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I went for the same colors. I did change it up a little bit, but it's mostly the same colors. I just highlighted them a bit differently. I think he pops a bit more. I think my comic style has evolved, and I used the black ink and things on this one. I am experimenting a little bit with how to do the coils, and so that was interesting. I'm happy the way it came out. This is just more standard, just metallic paint. This was one of the hardest miniatures that I had to get to balance. These will break off very easily. It is metal. This one, solid metal. It would pop quite easily, pop off. But yeah, happy with the way the Doctor came out. Don't know that I showed him yet, but I did. I finished Crossbones, and so finished him. The definition in his arms is quite glaring, like, you know, with the ink, but it wouldn't be unheard of to see that like in a comic book. Red Skull came out better than I thought he would. I actually wasn't sure, just doing the black, that he was gonna come out as nice. I think the grays, at least with the naked eye here, you can see it really nicely, but the grays that I used and the highlighting has made it look like there's some depth in there, I think. I'm really happy with the way his face came out with his eyes. Sorry. I kind of like it. It really pops nicely. And what else did I do? I think I've already showed Ultron, if I remember correct. I'm not sure if I showed the finished product, but I'll just show him there real quick anyway. He was the one I was almost scared of the most to paint. Trying to make something that looks like metal, but I think it came out to look more a bit like a cartoon metal. But like I definitely think it still looks like a comic book, like not realistic metal. But you can see where there's spots where I show like the stark change in color to try to simulate metal. Try to see here. But I am happy. I think it wouldn't be unheard of to see something like that in a comic, that kind of look. And all I can say now is I'm now down to just 4 heroes to paint, and then I've painted pretty much everything I have. I do have one expansion box of Vision and Winter Soldier to still paint, but I have 2 females, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, Captain America, and last but not least, Iron Man to be painted. The ones that I mentioned being intimidated a lot because it is a new painting style for me, and for whatever reason, Spider-Man I was a huge fan of as a kid, so I should have been kind of intimidated on that one, but for whatever reason, Iron Man is one that I want to do my best job on. Like I would really like to be pleased with it, and I've been pleased with all of them, so I think I will be, you know, but it's just one that I'm kind of gearing up for. And then Captain America, I'd have to say, I actually like the sculpt a little bit better personally. Not everybody likes some of these. I mean, there's people that are changing them and things, but despite Iron Man being one of my more favorite characters, there's something about the sculpt and the definition on Captain America that I really do like. It's hard to see here. There's a lot of stuff like straps and things. He's got this sort of World War II look, you know, like the first movie. And the shield, for whatever reason, due to the symmetry, is always a little intimidating with Captain America. But I really would like to do a nice job on him because I really think that this is a really nice sculpt. I really like this. And so, yeah, so it'll be interesting. Those will be fun to paint. And that's mainly what I wanted to show today. I'm doing this stuff. Yeah, yeah, I'll talk in another video about just upcoming things. You know, I've kind of talked about some things that I'm looking to do, and I'm still planning on doing them in my last video. But I just thought I'd do this little update and announce the show for tomorrow. For those of you that are around, hope to see you there. We always have lots of fun. Join if you like with a musty drink with us. Doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink either, or an alcohol drink. But we do have fun, and looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. Take care, everybody.